Again?
Yeah, I deleted the old file. That was a pain.
Yeah, I'd rather be a lover than a fighter. Cause all my life I've been fighting. Never felt a feeling of comfort.
Welcome to another episode of Around the 412. I'm Tyler, and with me, as always, are Smitty and Herb. It's early.
Yeah, it's a morning episode.
A lot earlier than normal.
Shout out to Ninja.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Partnered with Red Bull now.
What a stud.
Everything comes back to Fortnite now.
Everything.
It can relate to everything.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, anytime that I'm in a car and just like riding anywhere, I just look at something like, I wonder how many mats that would give me. And if I just looked at a metal, like a completely metal building, I'm just like,
Today's episode is done. Bye.
I told you. I told you before. I was like, you know how on like exits or, splits in the road where like in the Beaver, whenever you're going up to Beaver, you could go down to Bridgewater.
Yeah.
So like people put signs in the middle. I literally looked back one time and thought it was a llama, and this was real life.
just walk up to it.
Oh, if you hit them, it
Oh, yeah, I know.
it opens them so much faster.
Excuse me.
You just hear like the rattling noise.
That is so dumb that they have 200 mats now instead of 500.
On Ninja's one of his streams, I guess he was talking about how at the Pro-Am, he like had a conversation with
Yeah, he
people
talked
from
to Epic.
about that.
Yeah, because it's stupid. Literally, the most important thing in the game is having material, because building is like the key aspect of fighting. So why would you take that out? Like, or the same thing with like the loot that you can find on the ground, like the material you find on the ground or out of a chest that gives you 20 instead of 30 now. I don't know why. Like, I guess they want people to mine more or what.
Yeah.
But a llama is so rare. Why would you lower it? There's only 3 in the game. So your odds of finding one aren't that good.
I found 5 in a row yesterday.
That's crazy.
I think the most I've found in a day is like 3.
What are you doing,
Okay.
by the way?
You have audio out of your right side.
I think.
I feel like we're gonna have to
yeah.
restart.
No,
I do.
I hear.
No, I don't. Okay, my headphones are fucked.
Is it plugged in all the way?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's plugged in
I'm
all the
good
way.
on both sides.
So I just need new headphones. Anyway,
This is quality content.
Yes. All right.
it's early, okay?
I almost grabbed the wrong Red Bull. That's how early it is.
Yeah, and I'm drinking coffee.
Something just came back in my eye. Oh God.
Shout out to Shroud.
Okay. then.
All right. So, yeah, we can get started. We will have another prospect on later in the episode. Catcher Dion Stafford joins us currently with the West Virginia Power. Actually, to be playing in the All-Star game tomorrow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
along
early.
along with Calvin Mitchell. So that will be happening. So before that, let's jump into the NFL, where not a whole heck of a lot's going on, but former NFL player Kellen Winslow Jr. Do you guys see anything about that? Like,
No.
okay, so he has like 9 charges against him, like possibly facing life in prison for multiple counts of rape, burglary,
Christ.
etc.
Did he play for the
What do you remember
Cowboys?
that? No, Browns.
I was gonna
No.
say I thought it was the Browns.
Yeah.
Well, no, I was
Browns,
just saying
Jets.
Cowboys have a history.
Well, you
Ah,
remember,
I
you know the
hiring
name.
people like
I mean,
that.
his dad was
Yeah, I
a very good
remember.
NFL
Was
player
he,
too.
Was he a
for
receiver or tight end?
tight end.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a former first-round pick, like very talented and highly touted when he came into the league, but
and turned into
and
He
a
all of a
raped
sudden-
someone?
multiple, like there's multiple counts of
that.
it, and
The
then he
sexist just
told
asked
them
if
he would
somebody-
kill them,
I
and then
can't
he
get
told
you
them
to
he
do
would
that
kill
joke.
them after he did it.
Okay, autism boy. Do you like that tweet I had?
Yeah. Oh.
So he
Oh.
raped them and then said, "I'll kill you if this gets out."
Well, I guess they're dead.
When did this happen? Like over his career?
I don't
What,
think
the Aaron
during
Hernandez
his football career at all.
Do you think Aaron Hernandez did?
I don't know. He didn't kill a bitch.
You don't
yeah,
know that.
that we know of. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just all pretty crazy. I mean, I guess it could have been going on back then or something, but like this is just now obviously coming out.
I
so
think this is just stupid guy is stupid.
Does he have a wife?
A lot of
Like
these guys
family?
just have like a sense of entitlement.
Yeah,
Like,
because
they
they're
just-
dicks.
They just think that they can do what they want because they are a professional athlete.
Speaking of which.
What?
Martavis Bryant.
Oh. But yeah, how did you see that
Why?
upside down?
Because I'm not stupid.
Upside down, that small on my screen.
I can read. I can read stuff upside down. I'm not stupid.
Yeah, speaking, but I'm
That's
just talking about
that's
like
the
my,
I
qualification.
have one talent, okay? I have
But,
one talent.
I
that's
can't
reading
type,
things
but I can
upside
read
down.
upside down.
Yeah, speaking of getting in trouble, not to the extent of Kellen Winslow Jr., but Martavis Bryant is apparently facing suspension again.
Which
Kevin
That'd be a s-
Colbert might be a genius.
it
Yeah.
might be. Wouldn't that be his third?
Yeah.
Isn't that a lifetime?
Apparently it's a year that he's facing.
I thought it was.
Because
Which is
I
dumb.
thought it was
Or-
four games, then a year, and then you're banned.
Yeah.
but if it's his, it might not be for the exact same
Uh.
thing or something. I don't know what else it would be for.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he's on the sauce. Who knows?
Let's say PEDs. He's giant.
Yeah, but he was. I mean, he wasn't small before. I don't know. I guess I'll wait and see what comes of this. Who knows if
Yeah.
anything actually will. I'm not gonna. I'm an innocent until proven guilty guy, not the other way around. But we will see if anything comes of that. It's just, it makes the Steelers look like geniuses. I mean, I liked the trade when it happened. A third-round pick for a guy in a contract year who was, one slip up away from, possibly being out of the league. I mean, if it is another 1-year suspension, who's going to take a chance on him after that?
Yeah.
Potentially could be Martavis Bryant for your future franchise quarterback.
Yeah, and you add James Washington because, I mean, they're probably not drafting him if their plan was to keep Martavis Bryant.
Yeah. Did they
So
they traded Bryant before the draft, right?
during the draft.
It was during.
During the
Okay.
first day, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
So yeah, that trade is just looking very good.
Yeah.
And then the last thing in the NFL is Andrew Luck is actually throwing a football again. I don't know if this
Hell
is
is
just
frozen
BS. I
over.
mean, they've been saying it for a while. Like last year, they were like, "Oh, he's close to throwing a football,"
And then never
and
did.
it never happened, and
Yeah.
he sat out the entire year. And now he actually is throwing a football. I'm still not going to draft him in fantasy because I took him last year late, just hoping he would come back at some point and didn't. So now he's on that list of mine where I'm not going to draft the guy again. Kind of like, I don't even know if I want to draft David Johnson because I had him last year, hurt his wrist week 1, didn't play again for me, screwed me.
It was his wrist.
Yeah.
Yeah, broke his wrist.
That was. I thought he broke his ankle after that.
No, did he break his ankle at the end of the year before?
I think.
I don't know.
He
Now I
definitely
can't
broke his
remember.
ankle at some point.
But anyway, yeah, he sprained his wrist and just
Bitched out.
in week 1, and that's like the worst thing for a running back because you can't hold the football.
Well, I mean, leg, but yeah.
Well, yeah, you're right. I'm just thinking, like, in terms of holding the football, you can't do it if you
Yeah.
have a wrist injury.
Yeah.
And, all right. So just those couple things in the NFL. I mean, we're getting somewhat close, but there's still not a whole lot to cover in the NFL.
No, wait for
So,
wait for.
There's what,
training
like
camp.
7 weeks to training camp? Or
Yeah.
no, not even that. Or
What,
something like
5?
that. I don't know. Is it the end of July?
Yeah.
Yeah, 5, 5.5.
Yeah,
6
somewhere
weeks?
there, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So going to the NHL, there was a trade. Max
Yeah.
Domi for Alex Galchenyuk.
Montreal loves doing stupid 1-for-1 trades.
Mark Bergevin.
Where they still don't have any centers.
Domi, can you play center?
At least they already said that they know that Domi's not a center.
That doesn't mean they're not
Yeah.
going to play him there.
Yeah.
At least, who is going to play center?
Well, Placanitz is coming back.
Maybe.
If
Maybe
they
he's
just
looking
stick
at
with
the team,
Drew,
he's like, eh.
are they gonna stick with Drew in there?
No, they
They shouldn't.
They shouldn't. He said he doesn't like center. Like, he's never played it in his entire life.
So they definitely don't have any top centers. I'm trying to think like at the bottom of their.
I know Placanitz was there. I'm guaranteeing you he's coming back. I just couldn't tell you.
Who's the name?
By the way, the trade was Alex Galchenyuk for Max Domi. We haven't even announced the trade.
But no, he did.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Domi was
Okay.
an RFA, right?
yeah.
Yeah, they signed him.
Immediately
They signed him to a
two-year.
2-year deal, $3.5 million. A year? Yeah.
Idiots.
I don't get it.
He scored not. I mean, I understand they played for the Coyotes, but
But
Galchenyuk
still.
played for the Canadians.
Holy shit, they have a lot of second-round picks.
Anyway,
Yeah, they have 4 this
Domi
year.
scored 9 goals last year, 4 of which were empty netters.
So
What if they trade 3 second-round picks for a center,
list
like a
wise,
top center?
it's Drouin, Shaw, who I'm almost positive doesn't play center. Domi's listed as a center and left wing.
No.
Fraze, Logan Shaw, along with Andrew Shaw, Jakob De La Rose. or
Wait, that's
Jacob De La Rose,
Andrew Shaw's listed as a center.
and
what
a
the
right wing, but
Okay, yeah, he's just right wing.
And then Philippe Deneau.
That, yeah. So but that's the name I was thinking of.
Dunno.
That's just I feel like the Canadians tell the NHL like, okay, just list all these guys / center.
Yeah.
You
They're just
need,
like,
you
hey,
need
they-
to fill a roster.
Yeah, they practice as a center, but they don't play a game as a center, so fill him out as a center. Like, I don't get it. How do
They
they,
need-
how do they even win a game?
They need to do one of two
Carey Price.
things, or both things, to get top centers. Trade all those second-round picks, not all of them. Trade like 3 of them for like a first-line center.
Or just straight up sign John Tavares?
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
No.
He wants to go somewhere he can win. Let's be honest. Although with Carey Price, if he plays like Carey Price, he can win.
No.
But or trade Pacioretty.
Which might happen.
Yeah. That's another thing I was going to get to is like they're saying that this the upcoming NHL draft there could be more action on draft day than like any other year before. There's so much trade
Giggity.
talk.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Is that a Monday?
I thought it's this week.
Is it this week?
I thought it was this week, later this week, like
Oh,
Thursday or
God.
Friday.
Dude, this
Oh wow.
the year's
We
flown by.
better relish having Phil Kessel.
Jesus.
June 22nd. Yeah.
Oh wow. God,
So what is that?
Thursday.
Thursday? Yeah.
No, Friday. Sorry.
Yeah,
It's
I knew it was this week.
It's already the end of June.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm losing my mind.
Why?
I just am. It's
Because of the Pirates.
all of it. All of it.
It's Scott Park season.
It's over.
Huh?
It's over.
It's over?
Almost. This is playoff week.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I didn't realize. So what happens during the summer?
I sit at home.
Oh.
Wait, you're not open during the summer?
We're only open when there's games.
What, isn't there like summer leagues though?
I mean, generally speaking, there's tournaments, but I don't think we're going to host one this year.
Probably because of that 7U 7U
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, I made a scene. Well, it's not. I don't want to talk about it. Well, it wasn't me who made the scene. I just exaggerated the scene a little too much.
Yeah.
Penguins
But
don't have a first-round draft pick.
No.
They never have first-round draft picks.
No, who needs them?
The other teams that were trading for their top players.
They seem to fail most of the time with that, though.
Doesn't matter.
Good point.
We get their good players.
Yeah, we have a second. Ottawa's third. Our fifth. Detroit's fifth, and our sixth and seventh.
we have our second for now.
Okay.
No, but I mean, like, realistically, what is something you could see happening at the draft?
Like Penguins
Give me one. No, like just speaking generally in the NHL.
Hunwick.
Okay, so you are going Penguins.
Yeah.
I'm not going Penguins.
Hunwick's going somewhere else during the draft. I'm calling it now. Probably a shitty pick, but
Yeah, that would be just to get his cap off. Yeah,
because he's bad.
really doesn't matter what you get.
Just send him to Arizona
Hmm.
or Vegas. They have enough guys.
Did
that
you
don't
see
play.
the stupid rumor that I quote tweeted
Mm-mm.
just with the laughing face for Phil Kessel?
Oh yeah.
Literally not even getting anything
for
back.
host's rights.
Yeah, not even for anything
Yeah,
back.
because a team that's a perennial.
We're gonna have to
contender is
change
just gonna
the-
eat a contract.
We're going to have to change the material that the jersey's made out of so he doesn't die.
Oh Jesus. That has to be fake.
It
Oh,
is.
it is.
It
Look,
is.
If you, I have more followers than that account. Of
Well, no.
course it's fake.
The allergic to jersey thing.
Mm,
You want your entire career not allergic to a jersey, and then all of a sudden, oh no.
I want my entire.
That's the
career-
reason they didn't make the
I want
playoffs.
my entire career not being allergic to whiskey, and then all of a sudden,
Yeah. I mean,
Boom.
I guess allergies are
Whiskey
technically
rhythm.
just a buildup of something that your body just doesn't want to take anymore.
I'm
There's a
looking
dick
at
joke in there
free
somewhere.
agents.
find it for us.
No, don't please.
No, I'm just looking at free agents because I want to, based off my move, I don't know who's a free agent. Or
I'm
who
going.
can
I
actually
think
be
it's gonna
traded.
be the Canadians again. I think Pacioretty's getting traded on draft night.
How awesome would that be?
Can I expand on that?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Pacioretty to Buffalo for Ryan O'Reilly.
Oh,
There's your top line center.
they're taking on more money though.
Who is?
The Canadians.
I mean,
Honestly, I
don't
don't
really-
really care at this point.
I don't really think they have a choice.
Yeah, I agree. Ryan O'Reilly's good. He's just being paid too much.
He's also on a crappy team.
Yeah, he's also on a really shitty team.
I mean, he'd be going from one crappy team to another one.
Yeah.
But
Say that's not changing with this move.
At least he'd be playing with probably Domi.
I would put him on a line with Druin. Why not have that at your top
But
line?
Drouin is the top center.
No.
He could be playing with Galchenyuk.
No.
You might say no, but that's how Mark Bergevin thinks.
yeah.
And what's his face, the coach? Michel Therrien, right?
No, it's what's his name? The dude that used to be with Boston.
Oh, Claude Julien. I
Yeah.
keep forgetting that happened.
Yeah,
Is Terry ain't even coaching anywhere?
No.
not to my knowledge.
God.
Maybe in some other league.
No.
That's a good question, actually. You gotta find out.
Oh, God. We're going to kill another 5 minutes because of that.
Okay, maybe it's not Pacioretty, but Ryan O'Reilly's going to go somewhere. That's my prediction.
Okay.
By the way, if you were curious, here's the list of
Buffalo
free
doesn't
agents.
draft Dolan.
That would be nuts. That would be nuts.
Or they trade the pick.
What
What would it cost to trade that first round pick? The first overall. Like, what would a team have to offer for them to give it up?
McDavid. I'm joking.
It depends on how. Is it a team that's already in the first round trying to move up? Like, are they relatively close to that pick?
I don't know. I'm just
I
throwing
mean,
the
even
question
saying
out there.
like even if it's the second overall pick that you're giving them, you're still obviously throwing stuff on top of it.
Well, yeah, because
Yeah.
it's,
Such-
it's the
And I'm trying to think like,
the drop off between 1 and 2 right now is a generational talent, and a good player.
so who has the number 2 pick?
Jesus, I don't know.
I can't remember. Is it?
It's not Philly. That was last year.
Nolan Patrick.
I fucking hate that. I hate
Bust.
the draft lottery.
Isn't Carolina up there somehow?
Yes,
Didn't
but I
they
think
have
they're
pretty
third.
good luck in the draft lottery?
I think they're third. Would be nice if my computer would work.
Also, shout out-
Carolina, number 2.
Oh, wow.
Okay, yeah, I was just saying. Okay, so
Montreal's 3.
Oh. Then Ottawa.
What would it take Montreal to get the first overall
okay,
pick?
so obviously that first round pick, the next year's first round pick. Do they even have a next year's first round pick? Didn't you just say they have a bunch of seconds?
Ottawa?
Mon-
or not Ottawa,
Montreal.
Give me a second.
They have 4 seconds
I'm
this year.
But do they have? This year?
Yeah,
okay.
This year they have
4
4 seconds.
Next year they have their first rounder.
Okay, so
They have
All
their
right,
first
so this
rounders.
year-
their first rounder this year. Their one of those second rounders this year. Next
have-
year's first rounder.
They have
And
3 fourth
Pacioretty.
rounders too. If Buffalo takes that deal, they're fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask the question. to
And
see
does
what
that
you guys
even?
said.
And does that even do it?
Okay, let's
Probably
let's put it to.
It's just hard because teams value guys differently.
All right, so let's
Yeah.
put it into something we understand. What do the Penguins take to get that pick? Who you giving up, Kessler or Letang? You got to give up one of them.
Why not both?
I'm not even gonna acknowledge what you just said.
It just doesn't. It doesn't make. It just doesn't make sense for them because you're getting.
It doesn't matter if it makes sense. It's just hypothetical. It's the off
But it's not-
season. This is where we talk about stupid stuff that will never happen.
Well, he's not wrong with that.
Yeah, but you can't.
The
even
whole
make a
off
trade
season,
out
the
of it.
whole off season, from the draft to the July 1st, is all hypothetical stuff.
I know, but still, when I'm talking about hypothetical stuff, it's just you can't map out a scenario where that's even feasible. Like for Buffalo, a team that's trying to get younger to take a player worth more money that's older,
All right, so what would you offer?
we don't have the assets to do it.
Not
'Cause-
not a good enough answer. Herb.
You'd have to have first round picks, and we don't have first round picks. Like this.
I mean, we do. We just don't have one
The
this
question is, what would I do?
year. Yeah, because I don't like somebody's answer.
So, just for the first round pick.
Yeah,
Okay, give me.
pretty much just for Dolan is what what we're saying.
That's a good question.
Oh, by the way, while you think about this, the Pens thought that they had a deal for Domi.
Thought.
Yeah.
Um,
If it was Sherry and Simone, I would have been fine. If it would have came out that we were getting Domi and it was for Rust, I'd have been pissed.
oh yeah, me too. Probably next year's first. Letang. Sherry. And probably a second of some sort. That would be my offer.
Yeah.
You remember those 3 clicks that were at the end of the Taylor Hearn episode? That's what you're going to hear from Buffalo.
Yeah, probably.
Next
Lot of-
year's
lot of
first.
really
The
smart
year after that's first. I'd give him 2 firsts in a row. I'd throw in another second or third.
Well, I mean, if you're the Penguins, just 'cause you're gonna be good, you're not gonna have a top 15 pick. You're not gonna have a top 20 pick.
I'd give him Sprong, Sherry.
Oh, I forgot about Sprong.
So what am I up to? 2 firsts, a
Way
second.
too much.
Well, yeah. That's why I know it's not feasible, but that's what realistically they would have to offer. 2 firsts, a second, Sprong, Sherry. Then if they don't want to take it, throw in Letang because we'd be drafting a defenseman.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I put Letang in there. If not, I'd put Kessel. Not that you say it's Sprong, but yeah, like I can't even put my hate towards Letang in that. It's just like you're getting a photocopy, if not better, of Letang. Right?
Maybe. He hasn't played an
We'll
NHL
see.
game. What if he's a bust?
That'd be insane for what he's done.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Yeah,
It's not like it's out of the realm of possibility.
I'd rather go
Like
down.
we're talking
the-
hypotheticals. Hypothetically, what if he's a bust?
Who's the biggest bust that we've seen in our lifetime in the NHL?
You mean other than Derek Pouliot?
Are we talking about first round picks? Or like what? What's
Like
the-
not just ours. Like no, like who was the highest touted like player that was a complete bust that we can think of?
Or what's the like category here? Like where do they have to be picked?
Top 10.
Yeah, I guess it would be like top 10. Like they have to be like going into the draft. They have to be
Actually, I don't
such
even,
a high
I feel like
prospect.
top 5. Because top 10, even towards the bottom of top 10, is kind of a...
A wash.
Yeah.
Like realistically, the NHL, like if outside the top 10, I feel like you don't really know if they're going to be good or not. Even outside the top 5 some years. I wonder what team's going to get Brady Tkachuk.
You could say DiPietro.
Rick DiPietro.
Yeah.
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 It's just an interesting
I
question.
feel like injuries kind of... I mean,
Yeah, but he was never like
yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Al Montoya, 6th overall in 2004. He's not bad, but not 6th overall.
Yeah, at least he's still in the league, though.
Yeah. I wonder.
Yeah, 'cause it's an interesting question, I think.
It is.
'Cause like there's players like imagine if like Crosby or McDavid were a bust for how highly
Yeah.
praised they were.
Yeah. I'm just looking at lists. ESPN, it has best and worst picks by franchise. The Coyotes' best pick is OEL, because of course. The worst pick, by committee. By committee, the Coyotes have had 15 first-round picks in the past 10 drafts, and 11 of them have played fewer than 150 NHL games. 3 first-round picks taken between 2007 and 2012 played 3 or fewer games.
Wow.
Zach Hamill, round 1, pick 8 in 2007. Played 20 non-consecutive NHL games.
Who's DiPietro drafted by? Islanders?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the entire time. Tim Erickson,
What was he?
Flames. First round pick
No,
in
I mean-
23rd in the first round
Oh,
in
wow.
2009.
Jeez.
Yeah. I'm just going to go through this whole list because I'm curious now. Duncan Siemens, 11th overall in 2011 by the Avalanche. Literally nothing.
Nikita Filatov.
I just saw that too. 2008, 6th overall. Literally nothing. Oh, 53 NHL games. My bad. That's not nothing.
That's over
Scott
half, that's over
Sissons.
half of a season.
Oh, now Yakupov. 1st overall.
Yeah.
I don't know if I blame the Oilers on that. For
That was the
ruining
draft
him.
that was in Pittsburgh, wasn't it?
I think so.
That he was drafted.
I
What
think
year was
so.
it? 2000.
12.
Yeah. So that was the Stahl trade.
Yeah.
So that's the year that we drafted Pouliot.
Yeah. I don't know
R.I.P.
if- I don't know if that's
But it's also the
There's-
day we got Brian Dumoulin.
that is. I don't know if I don't know if I blame the Oilers scouting or if I blame their development.
Development, because those scouting also drafted Taylor Hall. And Taylor Hall
Yeah.
didn't develop well in Edmonton, but look at him in New Jersey.
Good point. Eric Goodbranson in Florida, 2010, 3rd overall.
Third? Jesus. I mean, he's okay, but yeah, that's, again.
Thomas Hickey was 4th overall in 2007. Jeez. Tyler Kuma.
So this is more or less, like, bad picks, like, where they were taken. Because, like, these guys, like, Thomas Hickey, 4th overall is
Yeah,
not really a good spot, but...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. Like,
But I don't think that makes a guy a bust. Like, to me, a bust is a guy that hasn't made a career at all in the NHL.
Here
Like,
we go.
Not
So
a good slot pick.
1990, Scott Sissons, 6th overall by the Islanders.
I'm glad you saw that too.
The 5 players in front of him, he played 2 NHL games. The 5 players in front of him were Owen Nolan, Peter Nedved, Keith Primo, Mike Ritchie, and Yager.
Jeez. Is that
Wow.
Colton Sissons'
Peter
dad?
Nedved.
And all 5 of those players played over 1,000 games.
Jesus. Is that Colton Sissons' dad? I would assume.
I don't know.
Anyway, while we're here, if you want to talk about bad picks, Oilers again. Actually, I don't know if that was Oilers. Was that Buffalo? Oh, it was the Islanders. Griffin Reinhart. 4th overall in 2012, and he has done nothing except win a Stanley, or almost win a Stanley Cup. Jared Cowan in 2009, Ottawa.
Oh,
5th
wow.
overall.
Forgot about him.
Yeah. Current Leaf. Kevin Marshall, 2nd round, 41st pick by the Flyers in 2007. Who?
His
All of-
second round pick?
Yeah, 10 NHL games. And he got beat to shit in the minors, it says. ESPN is calling Matt Murray
So-
the Penguins' best pick. And the worst is Derek Pouliot. Okay.
Over what time frame?
Past 10 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I mean, at one point they drafted
Oh, that's right.
Malkin and Crosby back to back.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot that's not in the past 10. Jesus, I'm old.
Yeah. And Letang in the 3rd round of 05. Same
Yeah.
year as Crosby.
That's not
Which is the... Matt Murray was taken in 3rd round, right? Was he 5th?
3rd.
Okay.
What did we trade to get the 1st overall pick in
win.
2003? Because we didn't have the 1st overall pick. We traded for it for Fleury.
Yeah. I looked at that before, too. Because that was... When we were looking at... When we were talking about the best trades in Penguins history, that was considered one of them, but I can't remember what...
Was it? I can't even remember that conversation. I missed
No. When we were on the way
yeah.
here, I remember the conversation.
It would help if I spelled trades right. Put a Y in there.
Trade.
Nathan Horton, which was the 3rd round pick, which is what we sent. 2003 2nd round pick, which was Stefan Meyer to the Panthers for 1st round pick Marc-Andre Fleury, and 2003 3rd round pick Dan Carcillo.
Wait, so all we gave up was...
All we
what?
gave up was our first rounder for that year, which was the 3rd overall pick, and the 55th overall pick, which was a 2nd rounder, which became Nathan Horton and Stefan Meyer.
Jesus.
For
Man, the
Marc-Andre
price
Fleury.
has just substantially gone up to move up, yeah.
For Marc-Andre Fleury and Dan Carcillo.
That's crazy because the last thing I was to talk about in the NHL was Dan Carcillo.
I know.
That's nuts.
I know.
What a segue. But yeah,
You
that's
just ruined
what a trade. Anyway.
I had it planned the whole time.
Anyway, so Dan Carcillo, that was with
Oh, excuse me.
Players Tribune, right? Like that was
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
It wasn't even his article, I don't
you know,
think.
that's but what makes me mad is like guys like Mark Madden are like bashing him for doing it because like the way that he played.
Yeah, but that's
Was
not the point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Quit being a dumb shit.
guys can see like an error in their ways and own up to it and try to go against it. And because he played like that, apparently,
Guarantee you, Mark Madden is the guy that says people don't change.
Well, if you look at it, they didn't even know even when he played, which is very recently,
Yeah.
like what like CTE was.
And now they just don't care.
yeah, apparently there's no what is that? What was Gary Bettman's statement exactly,
I can't remember.
word for word? There's no actual science behind
What a dumb fuck.
concussions causing CTE.
What
Was
a-
that what it was?
What a dumb shit.
Was,
I hate lawyers.
I can't, was that what it was?
It's got to be something close to that. What a dumb fuck, man. I don't get it.
The science regarding CTE, including on the asserted link to concussions that you reference, remains nascent, particularly with respect to what causes CTE and whether it can be diagnosed by specific clinical symptoms. A casual link between concussions and CTE has not been demonstrated, and the relationship between concussion and the asserted clinical symptoms of CTE remains unknown.
That is the most lawyer
What a
thing I've
moron.
ever heard.
What's crazy is he's doubling down on this. Like there's an article from 2016 that you can pull up about him basically saying the exact same thing.
What's going to happen? What's going to happen when the NHLPA just says, "No, we're suing you."
A
And
lockout.
they win. The NHL's gone. It just dissolves. All their money's gone. Same thing with the NFL. What's going to happen when they sue? Because neither league is doing anything to protect concussions. At least the NFL makes it look like they're actively trying.
Yeah, I mean the NFL has independent guys there that
Yeah.
have to check out guys as well.
Yeah.
Not just the team.
That's the thing. The NHL doesn't have
They've
independent guys.
made
They have a
rule
team doctor.
changes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Like I was saying, the NHL doesn't have an independent guy. They have the team doctor that takes him to the back room, says, "Hey, you feel okay?" And the guy goes, "Yeah," and he goes back out. That's what happens.
yeah, I mean it's crazy because like, I mean growing up when I was young, I never really thought of this stuff. Like
Oh no,
I would never thought of this stuff to be an issue, and now I mean it just wasn't known about,
Mhm.
and it's more prevalent now because guys are speaking out about it. But
I mean, he said that he would. Dan Carcillo said that he would have his name taken off the cup.
He'd give back all his money.
Yeah, and give back all of his money just to have his brain be normal.
I mean, he makes a good point. He makes a very good point. You live to play the game and have those memories of winning the Stanley Cup, and when you can't remember it because of the game, what do you have? Nothing. He was a completely different person. He couldn't speak because of the brain trauma he has.
mm-hmm.
I mean, it puts you in. It gives you like bipolar, makes you depressed.
Well, I mean, that's us anyway, but
Yeah.
anyway.
I think I found out I have CTE.
We secretly got dropped on our heads.
I think
Yes.
a hit to the head in the NHL should be a 1-game suspension automatically.
Thank you.
I don't care if it's intentional or not.
Yeah.
If you hit the head, you
If you hit somebody and they fall and hit their head, that you can't do anything about that.
no.
That's a
But if you
contact sport. But
not
yeah.
intentionally, like even if it's incidental, if you hit their head,
So like Reeves with Wilson in front of the net when Wilson went to like push him away, Reeves missed on the cross check and punched him in the face.
did he miss though?
He unintentionally hit the target.
Said this is for the homies. Are
No, I'm pretty sure it's intentional.
pour one out for the homies.
But I agree. If you're gonna do something about head injuries, you cut it
And if
as
you don't
much as you can.
If you don't want to make every single one a suspension, if you intentionally or unintentionally hit to the head, you get a game misconduct.
I'm behind this.
You have to make it more strict, otherwise they don't care.
Yeah, that's
Because
what
I mean,
said,
look at the fines. The max fine is $5,000.
which doesn't
That's
make
like
sense.
not even 0.001% of their salary.
Which is why I said fine should be a percentage of said player's salary.
And take fighting out of the game. Who really cares about fighting anymore?
Ryan Reeves, Tom Wilson.
I mean,
That's about it. Evgeny Malkin.
fighting isn't prevalent in the game anymore.
No. See, that's the thing. I don't say take fighting out of the game. I say make it a game misconduct and potentially suspension. Because watching Gino fight is kind of fun because it only happens once a year.
I mean, just make the
Make the penalties
fight.
actually something
they're literally just punching each other in the head
with knuckles.
and with knuckles, and you just sit in a box for 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's stupid.
But
You do that
and
outside of the stadium.
don't get me
it's a
wrong,
jail
fights
sentence.
are entertaining, but if you want to make the game safer, then that's a way to do it.
Yeah.
Make everything more strict.
See, that's the thing. Like, I think there's a time and a place for a fight during an NHL game. It's just the fact that guys have made careers out of it is dumb.
Well, that's going away too.
Well, yeah.
I
which is
mean,
good.
I don't even know if I can name more than I don't even know if I can name 5 players that are designated like you're supposed to fight.
Andrew Shaw, Ryan Reeves. Oh, I wouldn't put Tom Wilson in that list.
No.
Man.
I mean, most of the NHL, even if they do, they can fight,
Yeah.
but most of them actually have a role on the team to play too.
yeah, and they've adapted.
Like, there's no really. I mean, there's goons, but the goons have skill now.
Yeah.
Most of them.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so this isn't even necessarily this talking about the same thing, but kind of. So me personally, like, I don't want to say I don't have an issue with the way that the game is played, but I don't even. My biggest issue is the information that's given to the players. Like, if they sign up
yeah.
for it, they know what they're getting into, then, they're making that decision to play in this league. I mean, if Daniel Carcillo, when he started his career, knew about this and he truthfully said that he wouldn't play or whatever,
Yeah.
had turned away from the game, then fine. I mean, the guys that are still playing now, I feel like they know the risk and they're still doing it.
Yeah.
So,
Sid definitely
mean,
knows.
yeah.
I think the risk is there, but there's that doesn't mean there shouldn't be stricter penalties for
it's-
what they're doing.
It's the same thing with the NFL where it's like if you don't want to, have, bodily issues when you're 35, probably don't play football.
Yeah.
But you're signing up for it.
Yeah,
But
you're
then again-
doing it to make your life better for the time being and for the future for your family.
But at the same time, it's your employer's job to keep you as safe as they possibly can.
Which is in
and-
every
yeah.
case.
But the NHL and the NFL to a lesser extent shows the ineptitude of we don't care.
Like, the things we're talking about aren't part of the game.
Yeah.
Like, fights are in a hockey game,
Like that's the
but they are not part of hockey.
any other sport. If you start a fist fight, you're suspended for a week. The NFL, well, maybe not the NFL, but like the MLB, you start a fight, you're suspended for 4 games essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Golf,
I mean,
you
that-
start a fight, you're gone forever.
That's the biggest thing, though, is like not an unwritten rule, but like hitting guys in baseball, retaliation, stuff like that.
That's
At
stupid.
some point in the timeline of the sport, it became a thing.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing with fighting in the NHL. It's part of the sport.
Which I think they both should be gone. But
So I mean,
But I think
you're
it's a
sitting
bit
here saying
different
it's
than
not part of the sport, but I disagree with that.
No, it's in the sport, but it's not the actual in the
It's-
gameplay.
it's an older style,
Just like
in my opinion.
hitting a batter is part of gameplay because it affects like people on base. Like, fighting, it just takes those 2 guys off the ice. Like,
Okay. Anyway, we need to move on. Time
Yeah, we do.
constraints.
Yeah, we haven't talked about baseball.
also,
on
I
this
think
either,
there's a
think.
big difference between hitting someone in the side with a baseball and then punching.
I
someone
was
in
just
the face.
making the only reason I said that is because, like I said, at some point in the timeline of the sport being around, it was brought into the game.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, but the game
It's
changes.
just fun.
final note. I think everything evolves.
It hasn't.
I think
do,
everything
I do,
evolves.
yeah, yeah.
And I think
No,
at some
it,
point
it
has to
has.
phase out.
Look at how much fighting there is in the NHL now.
Don't hit the laptop.
There's like none.
Don't take the aggression out on the laptop.
But it's still around.
It's around, but
And it still does the same thing that, like, it's sticking up for your teammates, similar to hitting a guy in baseball. It gets the crowd and players amped up.
that's
It's
fine.
an energy spark.
But why shouldn't there be a stricter penalty for doing it?
Guys, we need to move
I
on.
don't know. I didn't say that there shouldn't be.
We need to move on. Okay.
I didn't say that there shouldn't be. I just said I disagree with it not being part of the game.
Can we move on?
No. The last thing I talked about was baseball before. to him. So,
Okay.
you think we're gonna talk about baseball for over 40 minutes?
There's potential. There is potential. Just like Tyler Glasnow and Dovydas Neverauskas and Josh Bell and still somehow Gregory Polanco and Austin Meadows. There's potential.
Okay. All right. So, first couple things in baseball not regarding the Pirates. The Orioles are on pace to go 45 and 117.
That's impressive.
Yeah. They're like one of the top 10 worst teams of all time.
They put themselves in that position. That Chris Davis deal was horrible. The
Yep.
Mark Trumbo deal was horrible.
Chris Davis potentially is the worst contract in like
He's
I don't
so
want to go as far
bad.
as saying sports history,
He's so bad.
but what's funny is people were like clamoring for us to trade for him in his contract year. Yeah.
I mean, I would have taken 6 months of Chris Davis for like, I don't know what he would cost back then.
They were,
I
but they would have been
wouldn't re-signed
selling
him.
high on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, I probably wouldn't have given up what they were asking for, and I would not have re-signed him because he is bad and old.
How old is he?
33, I think.
So he's got 4 years remaining.
Oh my God! What a joke of a contract. Let's see. He is
It's 32.
close enough. I literally
Thankfully, he doesn't still play like in the outfield.
I forgot he played in the outfield.
Does he DH
Yeah.
for them or still play first?
I'm pretty sure he still plays first.
He was like a pretty good defender over there at one point, though. Is he still?
Oh, I doubt it. Gotta give me a second.
I
to
actually don't
remember.
know if he was good because gold gloves don't really mean anything.
Yeah, it's just
That just means you're a good hitter and you're known. So
yeah.
unless you're Andrelton Simmons, then you're winning it for your glove.
Jesus, so many years. As of right now, his fielding percentage is a whopping.
Well, screw fielding percentage. I'm talking. Has he ever won a gold glove?
His fielding percentage here is .996. I don't feel like looking up gold gloves right now. I wonder.
I think
if-
Marte's gold
Die.
glove was actually for his glove.
You just tell me to die.
Yeah.
By the way, he has 56 games at first base.
Okay,
this year
no,
and one
he has
DH.
not won. All-Star in 2013, Silver Slugger in 2013, two-time MLB home run leader, AL RBI leader. Those are his accolades.
Okay then, not bad. Not bad, but also old and kind of bad. I can't like.
I forgot he was with the Rangers. That's where he started.
Yeah, I
He got traded to Baltimore in
about that, too.
2011.
give me 1 second. I want to pull up
But
the.
yeah, he
Orioles
sucks eggs.
roster.
So, what do the Orioles all have to do this deadline? Machado's getting traded, obviously.
You gotta trade like anyone that has any sort of value.
Where's he going?
Please, for the love of God, don't be Chicago.
He can go to the White Sox.
Yeah, because the White Sox are totally gonna completely derail their plan for a full 6 months. Or
Their
not even.
shortstop's not bad.
You didn't
Tim Anderson?
specify.
Yeah, he's not bad
Your
at all.
fault.
Huh?
Said you
They
didn't
should
specify,
trade
you
it. They
just
should
said
trade
Chicago.
Tim Anderson to
Your
Pittsburgh.
fault.
That's what they should do. Get Machado and trade Tim Anderson to Pittsburgh.
Or just cut out the middleman and
Or just trade for
Pirates get
Machado,
yeah.
Pittsburgh.
But
Apparently, they've had scouts there, the Pirates.
yeah, for pitching.
Yikes.
Yeah.
How? If they're looking at Alex Cobb,
No,
And they make
no. I think they're looking at relievers.
They're like 7 years
It
too
better
late.
be.
Should have got Jake Arrieta. That's where he came from, right?
when he was shitty.
Mm-hmm.
I just,
They're probably looking at Givens. Is it pronounced Brock?
yeah, Brad Brock. He's not bad. He's just on like a dip to my knowledge.
His name's Bread.
Brad,
Brad
Oh,
Brock.
I thought you said Bread Brock.
I might have. Dude, I'm tired.
the new bread man.
Maybe Dylan Bundy.
God.
Darren
I mean,
O'Day.
maybe if they buy low on him because he's
Yeah, he's
got
bad.
potential, but
Ow!
he's been terrible.
What was that? I just stepped on something sharp.
Who
Anyway,
plays second base for Chicago whenever Baez is a short?
Zobrist?
yeah. Zoberhap.
Listella?
Is he still there?
Yeah.
I know Ian Happ plays literally everywhere.
So where would Zobrist play or Baez play if they got Machado? Like
Anywhere
would
else?
Baez play second and Zobrist be a bench player?
Maybe Schwarber gets a rotation or a platoon.
Yeah.
They're gonna have Machado
Good
and
problem
Bryce
to-
Harper.
Good problem to have.
They're not getting Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper's not going to Chicago. I'm telling you that right now.
Are you telling me that, or are you trying to tell yourself that?
I'm telling you that.
So where's he going?
He's either going to the Yankees or he's going out west.
Dodgers.
Yeah, it's closer to home.
Angels.
They got a shit ton of money. Why not? You have Trout and Ohtani. Well, maybe not Ohtani next
Surprise! Expansion team. Nevada.
year. Yeah. Vegas already has a minor league team, so let's give him a major league team.
Kingham, Chris Bryant, Bryce Harper. Who else to be on?
Who
the
gets
team?
the trophy first?
Fleury?
Do you see Chicago fans want Bryant sent to the minors?
What?
He's not even having that bad of a year. He struck out yesterday, and somebody's like, I think it's time for a
Oh, he
minors
struck
trip for
out?
him. Yeah.
Get him out.
Jesus.
Did Conforto end up going down to the minors?
Did he?
That's a good question.
Because they said they were
Yeah.
thinking about it.
Yeah, thinking about it.
And
I
then-
know Sano did.
Yeah,
They should think about
Single
trading
A.
him to the Pirates.
Single A.
Yeah, they just want him to
Yeah,
take the worst
Yeah,
possible
what the-
pitching.
Yeah.
They
but
get
just
his swing
like-
right.
That man could kill AAA pitching. You would at least hope. What?
Wasn't he an All-Star last year?
Yeah.
Going. Imagine being like a single A pitcher. like
They were
going
pissed
up
at him though
against
anyway because he showed up overweight
Yeah.
originally to spring training.
And that
and-
whole wasn't there a domestic abuse thing?
yeah,
I wonder how the Brewers and Rangers felt whenever Prince Fielder would just show up.
At least he was good.
At least he'd hit home runs, yeah.
the Brewers. I feel like they're gonna make a huge move here soon
They better, 'cause I want to see that franchise die.
for a starting pitcher.
I want to see that franchise die.
Who do you think?
Arrieta.
What do they have to like?
I'm
What do they offer without?
I'm going
like,
DeGrom.
Oh.
What do they offer without like messing up their team?
Prospects.
Do they have good prospects?
Not really.
No. Shit
Next.
Shit tons of prospects. Just
They use their best prospect
Here's our
to get-
entire double A.
to
That's
get
exactly
Yelich.
what I was gonna say.
They use their best prospect to get Yelich.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And he's
so.
not even doing
Not
well
even-
in Miami, but you know, he's
What,
young still.
Yelich?
Lewis Brinson.
Oh. I was like, he's
Yeah,
not
he went
Miami
back.
anymore.
Said yeah, Yelich went back. It's like yeah, I'm not really feeling this.
They reversed the trade.
Don't get me wrong. Speaking on Brewers, don't get me wrong. Lorenzo Cain is good. That contract is not. Lorenzo Cain is not getting any younger.
No, but it's a for now trade. I mean, going into the season, I think a lot of people were like, "There's no way that this team's even going to be that good." They think that they're closer than anybody else thinks, but I mean, right now they
I just can't see them holding it.
They
It's
look
live or
like
die
they just
by
need
the
some
long
pitching.
ball. Yeah, but it's still live or die by the long ball, and I just
Right now they're
personally can't
living.
do that. Yeah.
Hater.
Then again, the past 6 years they've lived for the first half, and then
Yeah, because they never really do anything at the deadline. That's why they finally need to go get the Grom.
yeah. I just think it's interesting how the GM legitimately came out 2 or 3 years ago and was like, we're committed to a full rebuild, and then about halfway through it was like, oh wait, there might be something here.
Listen, you already have Hater and Knable on the back
Knable.
end. Yeah, when
Is
he's
Jeffrey still there?
yeah.
Yeah, he's
Go-
not great.
Go
but-
get the Grom and go get Zach Britton from the Orioles.
Oh Jesus! Yikes!
You need your starter to go 5 innings at that
Yeah.
point.
At
On
least for
most
one
days.
game of a series, I'm worried.
Yeah.
Not to shift gears, but I saw a tweet last night about Mike Trout, which was interesting.
Yeah, how ridiculous he is.
Yeah. So, do you guys think he's the best baseball player in the world ever?
Ever?
Yes,
I think he could be.
I think he is.
You know how I am.
Yeah.
I think that there's just so much. Like we talked about evolution of the game, there's also evolution of people. And
Yeah,
I
that's what
feel
I
like
mean,
I feel like he's definitely the most talented
Yeah.
because imagine what he would do to pitches that were only being thrown 70 miles per hour.
Is
Yeah.
he better
Something
than
like
Barry
that.
Bonds?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah.
I wasn't even asking you. I was asking him.
You know how I feel about Barry. But the only reason I bring it up is last night I saw a tweet. It was his batting stats from this week. Monday, home run, strikeout looking, intentional walk, home run. Tuesday, single, strikeout swinging, home run, strikeout swinging. Wednesday, ground out, single, double, intentional walk. They were off Thursday, Friday, single, sack, fly, walk. Saturday, strikeout looking, swinging, single, walk. Sunday, hit by pitch, walk, single, intentional walk, a single. His week slash line was 684, 750, 1.368, and 2.118.
3
That's
out of 4
nuts.
times he got on base.
Yeah, essentially. There's no one that good.
Mm-mm.
The fact he's on the Angels is depressing.
I love Bryce Harper, but whenever people try to compare him, like him and Trout,
No.
it's not close.
No.
Harper just has like spells where he's
Bad.
like not
He's-
even just average.
He's what Pittsburgh expected of Polanco.
Mm.
Am I wrong? Because
I guess.
I feel like we held Polanco to a higher standard than he was. And
Which
still
like
do.
I don't get. He like I can't. I'll never call him a bust because like
It's the same thing with Glasnow. He made his
he
own
came
hype.
in as a pitcher. Yeah,
Yeah, he
like
made his own hype.
we converted him. Like he was just some skinny pitcher that we pulled out of the Dominican,
Skinny
and-
pitcher.
and he built up his own hype by.
Wait, Polanco was a
Mashing.
pitcher?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we drafted him as a pitcher.
I didn't even know that.
Put him back. He can throw.
No, do not put him. Do not put him back.
Got
Neil
the
Huntington
heater.
does LSD once. Hey, let Greg pitch.
I mean, I'm all aboard. The Mike Trout is easily the best player now.
Fun times on Smitty's phone.
Yeah, what the hell? And maybe, possibly ever. I mean, by the time his career is over, we'll see where all the numbers line up. But
Yeah. I know the daughter of his high school coach.
really,
Mm-hmm.
nice.
Her
That's
kid
interesting.
plays down here.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
459 on base percentage. Must be nice.
All right. Well, that's enough talk about the non-Pirates.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the Pirates. Like,
They won a few games this week.
yeah, they
Yeah.
actually won a series for the first time in like a month.
Yeah.
Why can't they just? I wish they would have collapsed harder, because I want them to realize that they just need to sell. I don't want them to even be around 500 because I don't want them to think, oh, you know what, we might have a decent enough team to compete for a second wild card.
The problem is they do. Like, the whole losing streak hasn't been atrocious. It's been,
On paper,
why
they
the
do.
fuck is this happening?
On paper, they do. But on the field, they don't because no one can play. Like, if batting is good, which is, I mean, it's like barely ever good,
They look like a
pitching
little league
sucks.
team.
If pitching is good, we get no hits. They
Nothing
never
can
click
click.
The
together.
defense.
And the defense is atrocious.
Yeah.
Like every game.
That seems to go hand in hand with pitching, though. Whenever the pitching's bad, we can't field because Sean Rodriguez
Well,
has every ball. hit
Chad
him.
Cole. Chad Cole bailed out the defense in
Yeah.
his game, but although one of the defensive mistakes was his own throwing to third.
Yeah.
But that was a game where we probably should not win, and thank God the pitching picked up the defense,
Yeah.
and they didn't even hit that well. They only scored 3 runs, but
I don't get it. I just don't. Like, my whole thing is this team has showed they can win. This team has showed they have the talent. All of a sudden, just disappears. All of a sudden.
to me that's what an average team does. They look really good and they look really bad, and it
But
meets
an
in the middle.
average- But an average team doesn't have hot and cold spikes. An average team is middle of the road the entire way.
I think every baseball team has hot and cold spikes. Look at the Reds when they first fired Brian Price.
Yeah.
I think at some
think
point
that
it
lit a
meets it.
fire.
Look at the
Things
Mets.
average out and they meet in the middle. Yeah. Look at the Mets. I don't think the Mets are terrible. I mean,
No, I
they have a
think
lot
they
of
are.
They've been
injuries.
playing terrible.
They have a lot of
But-
injuries.
They're pretty bad. Their trainer is the worst in the league.
If they were healthy,
Sorry,
most
Gibbs.
people were picking them to be in the mix.
I wouldn't even at that point. I have zero faith in that team.
But why?
Because they find a way
Because
every
they
year to
don't
lose.
perform. They have talent, but they don't perform. And that's the same thing with the Pirates.
I think there's an issue that I like to bring up that apparently Mr. I lost the battle to a guardrail doesn't think is a thing. Did
What?
you see that yesterday?
No, I did not.
There's a thing called
Well, I know who you're
development.
talking about based off the guardrail. Yeah.
See that video that he posted?
Yeah, the weights.
I missed the guard or something like he said. I missed the guardrail or something.
Yeah. There's a thing called development. I think that if you are a super athlete, which is essentially anyone in a professional league at this point, just because you're the top 1% of that sport, you should be able to literally be good, you know? Thrive in a major league situation. You made it there for a reason. I think you need a good coach. I think you need people to help you. I feel like the Pirates and the Mets are in the same situation of their major league development, once guys get there, is absolutely horrendous. And Mr. I lost the battle to a guardrail seems to think development isn't a thing.
I mean, it's a thing, but
Why do you think?
Let me-
I say people who don't think development's a thing. Why do you think there's so many freaking leagues in the minors?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For context here, the guy that doesn't know how to throw a football thinks development isn't a thing. I'll say that.
okay.
I'm
So
burning bridges. I don't care. It's fun.
Yeah, we know you don't care.
I'm not. I mean, we had this exact conversation last week. You know, what's the biggest issue of the Pirates?
Yeah.
And I mean, to me, it's everything. I think that we could definitely have a better coaching staff. You know, I'm on board with. I don't know if Tom Prince would be any different, but like
Better if we had better players too. But
my idea was to have one of the minor league coaching staffs.
Yeah.
Like one of the guys that, you know, these guys thrived under.
Yeah.
Before coming up here.
Mhm.
You know, we'll talk about NH in a little bit because of the way that he just needs to not talk and
They
have
just
somebody
need to shut up.
have somebody, you know, maybe that has taken a PR class talk.
They're like the
But,
Canadians of the
Um
MLB.
and then, you know, I don't think that there's many people left in the city that still like Bob Nutting.
I don't think anyone
but-
liked him from the first place.
Yeah.
But
I mean, he's still like Bob Nutting.
And then, and then as far as the players go, I mean, we said last week, we differ to a degree, I guess, on the amount of talent on the team. I mean,
yeah.
I think
That's
I think that there's some. I just don't think that there's a star. Like maybe Meadows can become that. Moran's steady, you know, but he's not a superstar.
Your closest thing to a star right now is probably
Is
Marte.
Yeah, I mean,
I think Meadows is the best player on this team.
He can be.
He's so good.
I mean, if you're
I'd still
Marte,
say Marte.
yeah,
right
I'm
now.
still saying Marte for right now. Marte is the closest thing we've seen to like an actual like 5-tool player in Pittsburgh,
Yeah.
and
Not
for whatever
Kutch when he first came
reason, he's hasn't been appreciated.
Not Kutch when he first came up?
That arm though.
Yeah, I mean, he was obviously good defensively
Yeah.
in his younger years, but I feel like Marte was better in every aspect. Maybe then, and also, where did this thing come from? Did you see the conversation that we had about the guy? Was it who were we arguing with? Who covers Hawk? Adam Graves was trying to talk about the Pirates and saying he expects too much of Marte. You know, how come he's never hit the 35 home runs that people would talk about? When the hell has anybody ever talked about Starling Marte hitting 35 home runs in a season?
Yeah, exactly. No,
And then he
never.
said, "Okay, maybe I was just expecting
is it
too
that-
much."
Is that the A. Gretz?
Yeah,
Okay.
he covers hockey, and
No, I mean,
Yeah.
I'll give him a pass because obviously he's not going to follow it as much as he does hockey. But like, that's the problem is you listen to media. in
so
the
why are
city and
you
they
why
give
are you talking about it?
Well, I mean, at least he was open to hearing the logic.
Yeah, but then he just stopped responding
Well, I mean,
to people.
Defeated.
Like,
yeah.
yeah,
But like, that is the problem: is people listen to the radio, and people that don't know what they're talking about and believe it.
They should listen to podcasts.
They should listen to
Podcasts
reason.
are cool.
make the switch.
Like if anything, and that goes for everyone listening. Like, listen to Pony. I don't give a shit. Listen to us and make your own opinion.
That was hilarious, by the way.
What?
Was it? Filipponi and Paul Zeiss at the exact same time after Billy Hamilton made that catch. Tweeted Pony was like, "Why is Cervelli tipping his cap to an opposing player?" And then Paul Zeiss was like, "Great sportsmanship by Cervelli. That shows how great of a catch it was." Like the exact same time they quoted the video and said two polar different things. Yeah, polar opposite things.
I saw the
Unpopular
Zeiss
opinion.
one. I didn't see.
Unpopular opinion. I want Pony to just go somewhere else.
I think he wants to go somewhere else.
I think we should send him to the sun.
He
Send him to New York. He's a Mets fan.
yeah, but he can't get
No
in.
wonder why he's so depressed.
He can't get in New York media.
He's a Mets fan. He went to Syracuse.
I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get how people could follow these guys.
His
every
nickname
word.
is Flipper.
Is it?
I don't even.
Yeah, I don't
At
know
this
why.
point, it's
I'm
just
calling him
like
Flipper from now on.
at this point, I just use those guys for like comedic relief.
Flipper's a bitch.
I don't like take. I don't take anything seriously that is said,
But like, that's the problem is we don't. But there are people that do.
and I don't take those people seriously.
But
fine.
that's the
I mean,
vast majority.
I listen to the Fan like every day at work because I'd rather listen to that than listen to
Same song every 5
stupid
minutes.
pop music.
Yeah.
I can't stand radio music anymore. But there's so many like religious listeners. Like some of them are logical, but then others are just yins or morons.
Like I get that.
And there's thousands of them.
Like I get there are people that can invest their lives. Like, well, I mean, I don't want to say we invest our lives, but invest in baseball or sports as
Oh,
much
no,
as
I
we
do.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
My whole mood depends on how sports teams do.
yeah, me too. But I'm sick of people that just say, "Hey, I watch baseball once a week. I think I know what's best for this team. Spend more money." And I'm gonna listen to Mark Madden and Andrew
I mean, I could say we can even say we don't know what's best for the team. We just have our
no, we
opinions
don't. We
on
just
it.
have a better idea because we're smarter than them, and I have the balls to say that. Unlike Wagner to Kutch,
Like what?
he said on Twitter I think it was last week. He was like, "It's so hard not to tell people I'm smarter than them sometimes," and I'm like, "No, I will say that."
Well, it is hard for him because he's not.
Wow. Okay.
Apparently,
So
it's
that's
not hard for me to tell
big
women I'm
sentence.
smarter than them when it comes to sports.
Oh. Well.
Okay, so anyway, the last thing regarding the Pirates is the NH comments.
Yeah.
What did he say? What did he say to me?
There was a couple things, right?
Yeah, but like,
It's
So-
a combination of facts that people are refusing to accept, terrible wording, and please just shut the fuck up.
So his whole career.
Yeah.
he didn't. Basically, all he needed to say, and even Will Graves that tweeted out the original thing said, I kind of put him in a bad spot with the question, but probably what he should have just said was, we're going to wait it out till closer to the deadline, see
Yeah.
where we're at.
Yeah.
And he basically brought up, the attendance being down, so they can't put as much money into the team.
Which isn't wrong.
And- But attendance is down across baseball.
I
Anything
know.
can say that.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. But the thing is, like, the thing for me is teams don't usually say how they spend their money. They don't say that we put the attendance money back into the team. The Pirates have. There are literal facts that prove that. Attendance goes up, the payroll goes up. Attendance goes down, the payroll goes down. I don't care if you don't like it. That's how it is.
Or the team's good and they put money into the team. Without you think the Indians aren't going to be buyers this year because the attendance is down?
They shouldn't be.
They're gonna go get like Kelvin Herrera from the Royals for their bullpen.
Yeah, but
And-
my thing with the Indians is they're not going to be good for much longer. They have an ultimatum. Do you full send it and ultimately lose to the Yankees again? Well, not again, but do you lose to the Yankees, or do you, suck it up, say we're going to suck again for a little bit, and go at it again?
You full send it.
I suck it up and say we suck for a bit.
But they haven't won anything yet. They don't have anything to show for their window.
You had your chance.
But they still have
But
their
they're
chance
still
now.
in the window.
I don't think so. They're in a
It-
shitty division. They're going to win the division by default because everyone else there is garbage.
Yeah, so they're going to get to the playoffs, and that's what gives you a
Yeah,
chance.
but then they're going to get slaughtered by literally everyone else.
Didn't they force the Yankees into 7 games?
But that's when they
Yeah.
were decent.
And they forced the Cubs.
That was
to 7
last
games in the World
year.
Series.
Yeah, but they lost a lot of pieces.
What? What did they
who,
lose?
who are their starters?
The same starters that are there.
Aren't they all hurt?
Maybe right now, but I'm saying that everybody, Carrasco got hurt yesterday. And he actually wasn't even, Salazar had to come out of the bullpen for them because he was just coming back last year. So they didn't have him, and now they have him. Kluber's still there, and he doesn't walk anybody.
Yeah, he's actually been
Bauer's
well.
having his best year.
Andrew Miller.
Yeah,
Andrew Miller's hurt. That
He's hurt.
bullpen's their problem, which is
Yeah.
why I'm saying that they're going to buy into their bullpen
I don't
at the deadline.
think it's going to work.
Well, but I'm saying that they're going to try
Yeah.
to make it work, even though attendance is down.
Good for them. Let's see how it works.
But I'm not talking about the results of it. I'm talking about the effort to do so.
Okay.
And that,
And I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying
well, I can't be wrong.
facts.
But it's
You heard it here first, everybody. Smitty can't be wrong.
because it's not something that's I'm not arguing is it going to work or not. I'm arguing that their attendance is down
Mm-hmm.
and they're going to add to their team.
Okay.
The Pirates' attendance is down, and they're not going to add to their team because attendance is down.
Okay. Two different owners.
Yeah, but you
If
just
we're
said,
in the same
but
scenario
you
as
just
they
said
were,
you just said factually that teams don't add. Were you talking about just the Pirates?
Yeah, I was just talking about just the Pirates because that's the only team that I know takes essentially only their ticket revenue and puts that into the team. I can't tell you what the Indians do because I don't know.
I mean, they went out and got Edwin just because they made the World Series the year before.
That was wild.
So, yeah. They use revenue and put it back into the team
Yeah,
the way that they should.
I agree. Like, I'm not saying Bob Nutting's doing it the right way. I'm just saying that's how reality is for us. And
Can you tell me what the Pirates did from 15 to 16?
didn't sign Hap.
How do you go from 98 wins to the 16 drop off?
Underperformance.
Or the fact that they went into 16 with Juan Nicasio, John Neese, Jeff
Yeah.
Locke in the rotation,
Yeah, I agree.
and they were fine with that because it was a bridge year.
and Vogelsong.
Vogelsong, well, he was in the rotation right away.
Yeah,
And he
Yeah, I still think Vogelsong.
Then he
could have
got
had 5,
hit in the face.
but like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, Jesus.
Yeah, he almost lost his eyesight.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm not one to harp on the payroll. Like, I really don't care. It's more so how they spend the money than the amount.
yeah, yeah.
And
Like that's the thing. I think the problem with that is they give guys too many chances. Jeff Locke, they gave way too many chances. John Neese, they shouldn't have given a chance in the first place. That was a reclamation project from the beginning, and that shouldn't have been.
didn't work out.
Juan Nicasio wasn't bad.
So should they have kept Neil Walker?
Different-
instead of
different
getting
bad
John
role.
Neese?
Yeah,
I don't think he
exactly,
should have been a
bad
starter.
role.
I mean, he won that job in spring training. Credit to him. You know,
Yeah.
he made it hard
just
not to
kinda
have him in the
faltered.
rotation.
Yeah,
But I don't know. I still would have rather have had him
And-
just be a bullpen guy to
and
begin
if
with.
it's not for injuries, Kingham and Tyone are up.
Maybe,
If
yeah.
you want to go back and say that was the given aspect, I could say, well, what if they didn't suck? What if these guys were here instead of them? What if they brought in, I don't know.
Well, then you're still going into a season after 98 wins with a lot of question marks.
Well, yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's just how the Pirates operate. That's the problem. And I think that's like that's the thing. Like, to me, I think people freaking out about stuff like that are kind of stupid just because they think they can change the owner. Like, it's not the front office's fault. They're given a shitty hand. And you're not going to force an owner out unless he commits some sort of weird hate crime.
I don't hate Huntington by any extent, but if I'm going to praise him when I do, I'm not going to just anytime that he does something stupid, say it's on Nutting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I agree. I think he's doing the best to what he's given. But, like, the John Neese steal was terrible.
Yeah.
For both teams, kind of, but Neil Walker at least did something in New York. Then again, his back's an issue, and he's doing okay with the Yankees, right? He was meh in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
I just think they overvalue certain people because of what Searage is known for, pitching-wise. I think that they give too many chances to guys, and Locke, I forgot his name for a second. I want to black that out. It's just, I think reality and what people think reality is are two different things. I know it's kind of like straying from the conversation, but that's where my mind goes in people saying, like, they need to spend more. It's like, well, then why haven't the Dodgers won when they just throw money at people, essentially? Why did the Royals win the World Series a couple years ago?
Well,
It's all about
yeah.
luck.
Look what they did at the
Because they
Deadline.
added. They
Yeah,
added.
what did they do?
Cueto, Zobrist.
Was that Zobrist?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, he was on the A's, wasn't
he?
he? Jeez.
That was the year that was the year that we traded for him, and Buster only fell for it on live on Sports Center's
Oh,
MLB
yeah.
deadline special.
Yeah.
It came across Pirates trade for Ben Zobrist.
That would have
It
been
wasn't
awesome.
real.
I wanted him
They
so
fell
bad.
for a fake tweet.
I wanted him so bad.
What else did they do? Anything else?
I don't think so. I mean, credit, you went out and got Cueto. That's big. But their payroll wasn't
And at the
very
time,
high.
Cueto was
Good.
a stud.
Yeah.
I think he was struggling closer to the deadline, but yeah, he was good.
With the Royals, he was a stud.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then look at him.
I mean,
now,
his
Josh
first
Bush is
3
decent.
starts, he had 2 complete games, I think.
Yeah, it was something stupid like that.
And they also had an unbelievable back end of their bullpen at that time because they had
Yeah, and that was all
Herrera,
homegrown.
Wade Davis, and Holland.
That was all homegrown.
The thing with the Royals, they're
Well, no, Wade Davis they traded for from
Oh,
the,
that's right,
the Rays.
yeah.
whenever
When he started.
whenever
I
the
keep forgetting he
Royals
was on
won the
the
World
Rays.
Series,
James
it's not like
Oh.
they went out and spent a ton of money. They did the same thing that the Pirates did from 13 to 15. It just worked out for them.
Yeah. Like, that's the thing. Like, when people say the Pirates didn't capitalize on what they needed to in 2015, they were a 98-win team. Their starters weren't the problem. Their bullpen wasn't the problem. It was just the fact they got railed in a wild card game by luck.
Yeah, no, I don't have any issue with.
No, they faced the best pitcher in baseball that
2
year.
years in a row
2 years in a row.
in a one-game playoff. Like,
Yeah, it's hard to say that they.
Brandon
didn't do
Crawford
what
just
they
bent
could
them
do.
over. And
14 Pirates probably shouldn't have
Kyle
made the playoffs.
Schwarber, that home run
I
still
agree.
hasn't landed yet.
Oh, that ball's gone.
But so yeah, my biggest issue was going into the 16 season, not what they did in 15.
Oh, no, I agree. There's glaring issues.
We had high expectations in the 15 off season,
Yeah.
and it was just crushed by who they did, like what they got.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, why even trade Neil Walker if you're going to get John Neese in return?
Because they
Like,
overvalued John Neese.
didn't Huntington say that was a bad trade on him?
He legitimately came out and said that multiple
Yeah.
times.
I think they viewed Neese as a number 3 starter,
Which is
and that's what they
dumb.
thought Neil Walker was worth.
Yikes. I don't even think Neil Walker's worth that much, but
According
I
to
mean,
arbitration, he is.
yeah.
Yeah, legit number 3 starter. So essentially, like right now, someone would give up a Neil Walker for like a Chad Cool.
Chad
That's
Cole's like
essentially
our
the trade.
number one right now.
Yeah, but I'm
Yikes.
saying how you view a guy.
Nah.
No, I'm not. I'm saying.
I
like,
know,
yeah.
I know. Just personally, nah.
All right. Well, that's all that we have really.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
So
feel like I'm forgetting something.
A lot of yelling.
so who all from the Pirates won't be a Pirate after the deadline?
Harrison. Cervelli.
Well, if we're going by that, if we're going by what they've said,
If we're going by what they said, they're adding.
Yeah.
but who's gone? Because they don't trade top prospects. I'd imagine it's
Going to sell high on Sean Rod.
What's funny is, like, you can adding even when if you were trading these guys away and adding players back, like that's still adding. Like, there's a way to get around that
Yeah.
wording to make them still sellers.
exactly.
Yes or no, is Sean Rod DFA'd after the bobblehead?
No. I think they're once again giving him too many chances.
I think that's the reason he stuck around, because they literally have a promotion for him.
Who was it last year that they traded Liriano? Or was it 2 years ago? 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
And then
16.
they canceled his bobblehead.
Mm-hmm.
It's the yellow jersey, man. They're going to get rid of him before the bobblehead. Watch. Like, sometime this week, it's just going to be, pop, he's gone.
And is that for Frazier coming back up? Newman?
I mean, personally, I'd say Newman or Moroff, but probably Frazier.
Yeah.
Also,
Realistically,
please get rid of
Trade Harrison.
Mercer.
Trade Cervelli.
Dickerson.
I love Cervelli so much, but that's the
Me
right
too.
move. I think it's gonna
Yeah.
be harder for me to say bye to him than it was when we traded Kutch.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Kutcha was
Because
kind
at the time,
I didn't
yeah,
think had
Kutch at the
ovaries.
time was
Yeah.
expected.
I didn't know you had ovaries.
Yeah.
Am I the sexist one now?
No, yeah, I love Cervelli. But
He's a very, very good baseball player. I didn't give him enough credit originally.
do you trade Dickerson at the deadline or after the season?
Dude, he's cooled off.
At the deadline, because he's gonna have a terrible second half,
Yeah.
and
You
then
think.
at the end of the season, his value won't be there. Plus, you can give a team an extra half of a season this year.
Yeah.
The Red Sox apparently are looking for outfielders
Well,
because they want to move Benintendi to center and get rid of Jackie Bradley Jr.
Really?
He's hitting like 190.
Ooh, he fell from grace.
Yeah. But all right, if you guys have nothing else, we're gonna be
I-
calling.
I feel like I'm forgetting something.
Dion
I'm
here
gonna
in a second.
regret it, But
So we're gonna be calling Dion here in a
Dion
second.
Phaneuf.
yeah,
Dion Phaneuf.
God. By the way, I genuinely thought about getting a hold of Prince Fielder.
For what?
How would you go about doing that?
I don't know.
Hey, what was it like to torture the Pirates?
Why not? Why not? You
What
know?
was it like to have a swing so hard you literally can't play baseball because of it?
Was that it? I thought.
Like his swing was like throwing
You
his
gave
neck out
yourself
of whack.
permanent whiplash.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I couldn't remember exactly what it was.
You swung so hard you unbuckled your pants.
That was funny. Okay. Well, I can't remember what it is. I'm gonna have permanent. Like, oh shit, this is it.
Yeah.
But who knows? But we'll be back in a couple minutes, right?
Yep.
Well, I mean, for you, it's gonna be a couple seconds. For us, it's gonna be a couple minutes. So that'll be interesting to see how this goes. First non-pitcher.
Yeah.
Yeet.
We'll be back.
Left me alone, but I'm at one with the silence. I found peace in your vibes. Can't show me there's no point in trying. I'm at one, and I've been quiet for too long. I found peace in your vibes.
But our mics were muted, so no one heard that.
Now they aren't.
Yeah, but no one heard him singing.
Oh yeah, I know. I did YouTube a favor. I have to go to the bathroom before we start. Oh man.
So what do we talk to a catcher about?
I'm gonna ask him about his knees. Yeah, that's weird. Tyler. Oh, that video. I don't get it.
What's your phone number?
412?
Hold on. I should have asked you that yet.
Oh, do me a favor and don't text now.
Okay, 412.
667 0662. Can you go behind you and make sure this is completely plugged in?
I don't even.
Just push
I
it
have to
down.
look up. Doug asked us who our top 3 favorite catchers are.
Oh, was that for us?
I'm assuming it's. Well, are we just not going to answer?
No.
We're just going to ask him.
I mean, sure.
Francisco Cervelli.
Wyatt Torriegas.
I just realized
That's
your
his- you know
earbuds weren't
that's-
fully plugged in.
That's who his manager is?
Wyatt Torres? Yeah.
Yeah.
I like him.
Francisco Cervelli.
Let me try some real quick.
Russell Martin.
He's gonna say he's from Harrisburg.
Stafford?
Yeah.
Oh, didn't know that.
Who's some Phillies?
So I'm just going to double check really quick. You have audio in your right ear? Remember, you're going to hear me from your left ear.
No.
Yeah, see, I don't know what's going on there.
You messed with me. It was fine.
I don't think it was.
I found
It was fine for
peace
me.
in your yeah, I had my thing all the way over here, and I was still hearing it right out of the right. I found peace in your vibes. Tell me there's no point in trying. Beep 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 beep. Backing up,
Mike Trout
Backing
has
up.
a 60.5 career WAR already.
backing up, backing up.
He's already a Hall of Fame player.
The crusty tray, yeah.
If Mike Trout retired, like after this year, would he be in the Hall of Fame? Because according to his number, like his WAR, he should be.
I'm trying to figure something out. I'm trying to figure out why it's only coming through the left. That's really. It's still not
No.
working. Oh, kept itself going. Cool. Yeah, I have no idea why it's being stupid. Nothing. Nothing. Do you hear anything?
What? No.
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 What are you doing? Are you watching porn?
No.
Basically.
Yeah, I'm watching Tfue play. It's basically porn. Look, he got he got the last person in a box with using bounce pads, and then left one wall open and put a trap on it. Do you guys know about that Fortnite Friday thing? So
It's
every
Fortnite
Friday
Friday.
there's a Fortnite tournament, and the way it works is like 2 streamers or YouTubers will like pair up, and they're in a tournament, and it's a duos tournament, but you play as squads, and your squad is the other duo that you're with. You just don't have them in your Discord. So you they can't hear you. You can't hear them, and you go into the same game, and your duo tries to get more kills than the other duo, and you have 2 games. And this week it was for FaZe, Tfue and Cloaksy always play together. And are you telling me to shut up? No. Oh. Yeah, you just went like this, and I was like, all right. Yeah. Tfue and Cloaksy, they always play together. Ninja usually like switches it up, like weekly or bi-weekly. And this week he played with TSM Daquan. And in one game, I think combined, so like I don't know how many each individual had, but those. Yeah, no, that's fine. Those 4 as a squad, I think, had 53 or 54 kills in a game. So those 4 players killed over half the lobby. Yeah. I think Ninja and Daquan won by like 3 or 4 kills.
So I think
Your mic was on.
was it? Is it?
Yeah, it was too.
Oh, okay. I couldn't hear myself for a second. I think what it is this cable slightly fucked.
Mm.
So we just kind of have to live with it for now.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if he has somewhere to go, but he just texted me and said ready when you are. So
Okay. What's his number?
How many questions do we have to ask him?
I'm letting Smitty do it again.
Huh?
I'm letting Smitty do it.
crap, that's not gonna be on here, is it?
It is. I'll find a way.
I should just showed you my phone.
Yeah. I don't think I have to add a 1. Okay, you're gonna talk to him, okay?
So how many?
Hello.
How we doing, brother?
Good. How about yourself?
Not bad.
Good.
All right, you ready?
Yes, let's do it.
All
Okay, and for context, for voices, I'm Herb.
And I'm
Herb, how
Tyler.
you doing?
Good, you?
Good. Watching some soccer right now. Watching some sloppy game.
Who's playing right now?
Yeah.
Panama, Belgium's really
Okay.
bad, but
And
All right,
then that's Smitty.
Yeah.
And then Tyler was the one in between.
Yeah.
So all good to go.
yeah, let's get started.
Cool.
All right, we are back with Pirates prospect Dion Stafford. Hello.
Hey, how are we doing today?
Not terrible, not terrible.
Surviving.
Yeah. So we know that Dion, for people on YouTube, not on SoundCloud because they didn't hear that part, but he's watching some soccer right now. So He said it's a
But
pretty
yeah,
sloppy game.
Some sloppy football by Belgium and Panama. Sloppy football.
You a soccer fan?
I'm not a big soccer fan. I love watching the World Cup. It's a shame that our boys aren't in it this year, but I love watching the World Cup for sure.
Right there with you.
Yeah, see, that's how at least I am. I know Herb is like
Yeah.
every 4 years we get real into soccer for a
Right, like a
short
month.
period of time. yeah.
You try to act like you're an expert, but in
Yeah,
reality
yeah.
you know nothing about what you're
Yep.
talking about.
I mean, if you look at my Twitter feed, you'd think I'd watch soccer all the time based off the World Cup. But
I'm the same way. I'm a poser. I'm not gonna lie. Whatever.
Did you guys see the game yesterday with Mexico and Germany?
yeah,
no,
Mexico beat Germany?
Unfortunately, how was it?
Mexico beat Germany, the defending champs.
Oh my
It
gosh,
was like a
that's
big
not
upset.
crazy.
Yeah.
all right. Well,
I had Germany winning the cup too again.
Oh,
I
really?
did think they were gonna do it.
I'm pulling for
bracket busted.
Argentina because I just want Messi.
Argentina?
I just want Messi to get a World Cup.
Yeah, but did you see Messi's definitely not as good as Ronaldo out there. I watched.
All right. Let's calm down.
All right, I'll stop talking. Like I said, I know nothing when I'm talking.
I'm personally pulling for Iceland now.
Right?
Yeah,
Same.
just
They're a
'cause.
small little country. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can pull for Iceland after the way that they did Gordon Bombay in hockey.
Oh.
Yeah. In the
Isn't that the thing where they clap and chant? It was called Skull.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like it's like
Yeah,
what
the
Minnesota
thunderclap.
did when they did the what did Minnesota do? The Vikings when they
Yeah.
I don't know. They used
yeah,
to
the
do that,
skull
whatever.
clap.
Yeah.
Yeah, then how'd that work?
It's like a
out?
Viking
Eagle
chant or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, it's awesome.
All right, so before we get into the questions, first off, congratulations on the All-Star selection. Is that tomorrow?
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's tomorrow. Well, I'm with Cal Mitchell right now. We're in Greensboro right now. We're at in the Marriott. They set us up in a little Marriott. Not a big deal or anything, but
So do you have
It's
like
pretty
stuff
cool.
going on
Pretty cool.
today for that?
yeah, we have a little dinner tonight. It's like a banquet dinner.
Okay.
So that's pretty much the only thing we have to do. Other than that, we can relax and treat it like an all-star break.
Yeah. All right, cool. So just a few questions we have from our listeners before we get into the stuff I wanted to ask you. So this is a multiple choice question from somebody that is never serious with their questions. So is
Okay.
a tennis ball green or yellow?
See, I saw that on my Twitter this morning when I woke up. I'm gonna go yellow.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank
gonna go
you.
yellow.
I feel like
Trying
that's
to
the
think
same question
when
of
we were
asking
playing
like
backyard baseball growing up. It was always yellow. I
Yeah.
never really played with the green one.
that's like
Exactly.
asking if the lemon lime Gatorade is green or yellow.
It's yellow.
Yeah.
It's yellow.
Yeah.
100%.
All right, who are your top 3 favorite catchers of all time?
Number one, my player comp. I mean, I've always looked up to the guy was Russell Martin. He's easily my number one catcher. 2 would have to be Yachty because I think he's the best of all time. And 3, let's go with Buster Posey.
Okay.
I know they're all current players, but I mean, I'm a little biased with it. I love them all.
That's right. I think we all are.
Yeah.
Just because, I mean,
Yeah, what'd you say before we started? You were going to say Cervelli,
Oh,
Russell Martin,
Cervelli, Russell Martin, and then
Rod Barajas.
Yeah.
Dale Stafford.
Rod Barajas. Oh my gosh, I love that guy.
Rod the Bod.
Rod the Boss.
Gabby
I love
Sanchez.
Rod Barajas. He was a stud.
He was
He's
awesome
played
when he
for
was here.
Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah. What, 2012, 11?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Joel Hanrahan's our pitching coach, and he said when he pitched Rod, he said he was hilarious.
Oh, I had no
You
idea.
didn't know Joe Hanner has the pitcher?
No.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Oh
cool.
yeah,
That's
Joel
awesome.
Hanrahan, and let me tell you what, he is the coolest guy I can't explain how cool he is.
Oh, I can imagine.
He's a stud. He was giving us he played in 2 All-Star games, and he was telling me some stories of the All-Star games that he played in. And it's like, oh my gosh, I can't imagine how awesome it would be to be as good as this guy was.
Yeah.
This guy's a stud.
All right, so was that I don't even want to I don't want to answer. I don't want to get into my top 3 favorite catchers of all time. So
Yeah, I know.
we'll just leave that to him. All right. So pitch framing has become like a huge part of the game. Is that something that's like, taught at like a younger age now? Like is that something that like in high school and college you worked on as well? Or is that just like kind of
I really didn't really. I mean, I think I really pride myself on that part of the game. I really think that's my number one aspect I bring behind the plate is my receiving. But I think college is when I really focused on it. I don't remember ever learning it or being taught about it up through Little League or high school. But college was a big focus on it.
Okay. Yeah, I just wondered like how early that became like something that teams really wanted you to focus on, I guess.
Right.
So
Right. I don't know. Maybe it's just a more recent thing that's
Yeah.
big. on
It's
I'm not sure.
definitely more of a past 5 year or so thing.
yeah,
Right.
it plays into the whole analytical thing,
Yeah.
stealing strikes. So,
If someone tried to teach me pitch framing in Little League, I'd have no idea what they were talking about.
But
exactly.
you get those guys who try to frame it, they'll catch it out of zone and just pull it back.
They
Yeah,
like
exactly.
they outstretch their entire arm and bring it back in.
Who was that? Oh, I saw a video of a guy that was like a catcher was joking around on an intentional walk. He like tried to pull it
Yeah,
back
and that's
in because-
hilarious.
Was it?
I think it was Brian McCann.
Okay.
No, it was a catcher from the Braves. It was a Braves guy.
Oh, no,
Like-
I
I
don't
don't.
remember.
Is it AJ Przinsky?
Yeah, that's who it
maybe,
was.
yeah.
Brzezinski. Yeah, he seems funny. He's always in those videos.
God, speaking of childhood heroes, that's mine.
It's obviously catchers better than we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, obviously catcher fan.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
gotta
yeah.
look up to him.
All right. So some questions I have for you. I've asked everybody that's been on here so far. What was the draft process like for you?
Oh, so that was surreal. It was amazing. It was nerve wracking. It was upsetting, but at the same time, it was the most exciting, moment of your life. At the same time, you think you're gonna go earlier than you did. You're nervous about the calls and stuff like that. But once your name gets called, you don't really care about anything. It's the best moment of your life.
Did you have kind of an idea where you were going to go, or like was it all a
Well,
surprise?
After the my summer up the Cape, they were saying I could go second round, third round, and my junior year did not go the way I planned it going. So I slipped to the fifth. But I mean, like I said, when I got called, I really didn't care at all.
Yeah. And at this point, it doesn't even matter when you got drafted. It's kind of just like
Exactly.
something that's in your biography.
Yeah.
Exactly, 100%.
All right. So you're actually Taylor Hearn went to college, but he didn't really have he went to different ones and stuff. So what was your college experience like?
It was amazing. I grew up in Harrisburg, which is about an hour and 20 minutes from Philly. Always was an Eagles fan growing up. Loved Philadelphia. So when I went to St. Joe's and I really got, accustomed to the Philadelphia culture and just the people there, it was amazing. I really wouldn't have gone anywhere else.
Okay. Yeah.
Congrats on the Super Bowl, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm not going to brag on it here, but I'm just, that was the second best day of my life, and I'll still remember it.
Dude, it was awesome. Like, the only thing I had against that was the fact they were greasing the poles.
Oh, yeah. Isn't that ridiculous? I was in
Yeah.
Philly at the time, and we saw that. We were like, well, we weren't going to do that in the first place, but come on. There's people trying to celebrate. Come on. What are we doing?
So you were in Philly whenever they won?
I was in Philly when they won. I made sure I was there.
How
Did you
nuts
partake in the
was it?
celebration?
It was, like I said, the second best day of my life. That's all I can say. It
That was
amazing.
actually the first thing that jumped out to me when I was reading about you was the fact that you from Harrisburg and then you went to St. Joseph, so kind of in PA your whole life. Obviously closer the Philadelphia
Yeah,
side.
I noticed
and
that
then
pretty
drafted
cool. And
by
then I got
Pittsburgh.
drafted by the Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I'm a PA boy. Sorry, it was me. I love Pennsylvania.
All right, so how hard was it for you to adjust to wooden bats?
I wouldn't say it was a big adjustment because after my freshman year, I played up a summer up in the New England League.
Okay.
Just a small college league, but it was awesome. So I had a really good time up there. That's when I really adjusted to it. I think that's when I struggled the most with it was my first summer, so I kind of became accustomed to it.
Okay. How quickly do you develop chemistry with pitchers?
Very quick, very quick. I don't know if you guys can tell yet, but I'm pretty outgoing.
Yeah.
Nothing really gets on my nerves, so I can really talk to these guys and just have a good time with them and really develop that relationship as soon as possible.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like it's just as important to have a relationship off the field as on the field. If you know that person well enough, you don't even have to have conversation on the field almost.
Exactly.
You just know each other like the back of your hand.
Mm-hmm. Well, you have to make that a focus, especially off the field. You got to really try to spend time with them. You got to learn a lot about them. You got to develop that trust for them.
Yeah.
I'm always telling them, hey, trust me. But if I'm not out there to really, trying to get to know them, how are they going to trust me?
Yeah.
So is it easy for you to tell if a pitcher on the mound is getting frustrated? Can you pick up on that pretty quickly?
Yeah. If like I said, if you don't really know them, you don't really go out of your way. You can't. But if you know the person, you know really what gets them to tick, and you can tell that they're frustrated out there for sure.
Okay.
Out of pure curiosity, I don't know specifically in the minors, at least calling pitches wise, is that a your decision or is that a dugout decision?
That's my decision.
Okay.
But that's a process that after the game, even in college I got to call my own pitches. That's not very normal. So I've been learning on the fly for years now, and I think that's the best thing possible for you to do is call your own game and understand what you did wrong, what you did right, and then you can talk about it with your manager after the game.
Completely agree, man.
So if you're calling your own pitches, do you base the pitches you call off of like what stuff is working that day, or like do you know batters' tendencies or something like that?
Yeah, that's actually a very good question because all the time, like right before the series, we'll go over their scouting report, and in the end, I don't really care what the hitter says. Hey, maybe this hitter can't hit a slider or a curveball. I don't care. If my pitcher has a really, really good slider, then he has a really, really good slider. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. We're going to throw the slider. I don't care if the guy can hit it. You know what I mean? So it's always about their strength. It's not about the hitter's weaknesses.
You always gotta have faith in your pitcher too.
Exactly, 100%.
All right, so my next two questions are actually about mindset, and they kind of go hand in hand. So first off, when you are the hitter, what is your mindset going into an at-bat?
Be simple. I really think it's be simple. When I'm at my best, it's definitely see the ball deep and drive the ball. If you're thinking about anything else, like maybe he'll throw me a breaking ball here, or maybe he's coming inside of me. You're beat already. You have to keep it simple, especially at this level. I really learn that.
Yeah. Well, I asked because your numbers kind of jumped out to me when I saw them because it looks about as good offensively as a catching product that we've had coming up through the system. So I was curious about that. If you looked at the numbers across the board, they're all pretty good. So I don't know if you guys looked into that.
I appreciate it. But no, just keeping it simple. That's pretty much it. Plus, I have Cal Mitchell to really watch, and Cal can bang it. Cal can bang it for sure.
Yeah.
I'm in the room with him right now. He wants to smile, but he's not. He can bang it. So it's nice to watch some guys like O'Neal Cruz. I don't know if you guys really watched or heard about him. So just to get to watch these guys, and I learn on the fly with the older guys too. I can really pick up some things.
Okay, and then going into that, what is your mindset as a catcher then behind the plate during an at bat?
Honestly, I just want to be that. I just want to be the road runner. I just want to be that energetic, that hard nosed guys that plays extremely tough. I think that's what I can bring behind the plate. Tough, willing to do anything for my pitcher, willing to do anything for the team to win. So definitely pitch calling and that energy, that leadership role is what I try to focus on.
Okay, so how important are the scouting reports per player? Is it like something that has to be in your mind at all times when a guy's in at a bat when you're behind the plate?
Yeah, you have to know it. I'd imagine going up in the system, especially at the major league level, it's more important because they're probably more accurate because there's more numbers and more years that they got all this information from. But you need to know it, especially being a catcher and calling pitches.
Okay, and I was very. It was very interesting for me to find out that your manager was a guy that actually spent time with the Pirates, Wyatt Torriagas. Yeah, and if you could describe your relationship with him.
Probably one of the best relationships I've ever had with a coach. He's no matter what it is, I can go to him, especially about catching. He's got it. He's got an answer for me, and he knows so much about the game. I can't explain. Just you name it. He has a full explanation on it. It's ridiculous. I'm blessed that I got a chance to be with him.
Yeah, I actually, when I just Google searched your name, an article came up about the relationship that you two had, which is why I guess I wanted to know about that. I don't know if you ever seen that article by Pirates Prospects.
Yeah, the mentoring thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't read it, but I saw that headline there, and they weren't wrong. He's a great mentor for me, especially so far this season. I definitely feel myself. I told my family this the other day. This is the first time catching that I feel like the man. If I can explain that well enough, I feel like I belong there. Over the years I've gotten a lot of criticism over, hey, can't do this, can't do that, can't do this. He's a hitting catcher, blah blah blah. But Wyatt's really helped me develop to be the catcher I want to be.
Yeah, well, I think that's a really good fit just because, you already have the offensive ability and, he can help you develop that defensive side to, round you out.
Exactly.
So to say.
Exactly.
So, yeah, it definitely seems like it was a really good fit. But when I saw that, I had to bring that up because, I follow, I'm Tim Williams from Pirates Prospects. I see him on Twitter all the time. So
right.
When I saw that was an article by him, I had to look at that. I don't know. Do you guys specifically have any questions?
I got one. It's kind of off topic. As somebody who has terrible, terrible knees, I was wondering if there's anything specifically that you do to, maybe keep more care of your knees as a catcher.
Right. Well, we have this thing. To be honest with you, we have this thing called Game Ready, and I'm not a big ice person. I'm very soft when it comes to ice. I don't like it at all. But it's like a machine, and you put really cold water in it, and it's just like icy water that goes through your legs in this like tunnel machine, and that's kind of how if I'm really sore, I'll do that for about 20 minutes after the game, and it's remarkable.
That sounds amazing, honestly.
It's remarkable. It's remarkable. If you don't like ice, this thing it's amazing. It's amazing.
Fair enough. Yeah, that sounds like it would be great.
Oh yeah, they hook us up here. I'm not gonna lie, the Pirates do a really good job hooking us up there, especially in the training room. They have a lot of gadgets for us to mess with.
Anything?
What are some of your or like if you could think of like one or a couple like your favorite towns or cities that you go to when you play?
Well, last year when we were in the New York Penn League, went to State College. I know it's a little small town, but growing up near Penn State, that was really cool to play there and have all my friends and family there.
State College
I
Spikes?
cannot wait to play. Yeah, for the Spikes, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to play for Altoona and be able to play in Harrisburg. That's gonna be a. I don't know how I feel about it, but it's probably gonna be an emotional day. But I mean, going to those games, seeing Bryce Harper and Steven Strasburg and Ryan Zimmerman and all those guys, it's gonna be awesome. I'm very excited for that.
Imagine you'll have a lot of friends and family there too.
I'm gonna have a lot of friends and family there for sure. For sure, I've had a lot of people support me over the years, and it'll be nice to share that with them.
Yeah.
All right, so we've asked every prospect that's come on about this.
Oh, here we go.
Do you play Fortnite?
Here we go. I do not play Fortnite.
Thank God.
I do not.
Boom.
I do not. Me and Cal were just talking about this last night. Me and Cal are big Call of Duty people.
Okay. So, do you like World War
I'll be a
II?
Call of Duty. I love World War II. Thanks for asking. It's my favorite game. I play it all the time. When I'm not at the field, I'm for sure. You know who plays it too? Coach Torregas. Wyatt.
Oh, really?
And let me tell you, Wyatt is so good at that game.
Oh, that's awesome.
But yeah, we love Call of Duty.
All right. So, do you like the concept of a battle royale though? Like, is that something that intrigues you for when it's on Call of Duty? The battle royale.
I'm not sure. I have attention deficit disorder. I have ADD. So
Okay.
that stuff, it has to be quick paced for me.
Yep.
I can't do it. That's why Call of Duty is my thing. And Fortnite, it's just I don't have the patience to loot and do all that stuff.
So, are you excited for Black Ops 4?
I am excited for Black Ops 4, of course.
You know there's going to be a battle royale on that,
That's
right?
yeah.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if I hope I like it.
So-
it
So,
should
but
be
then
more
there's
fast-paced.
I try to have like the building aspect, like there is in Fortnite.
And it's not
So-
going to be third person.
Yeah.
See, I like
So-
first person, so it's fine. Nothing wrong with
And
that.
so I looked stuff up on it, and it said they're going to take certain characters, guns, and maps out of the all 4 of the Black Ops and combine it into one big map for the
Are you
battle
kidding
royale.
me?
Yeah.
Cal's gonna lose his mind when I tell him this. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So they're
That's
taking specific parts. Even I'm pretty sure even some of the zombies maps too. They're taking certain parts out of it. I wonder if they'll have the ray gun. That'd be pretty sick.
The ray gun,
Yeah.
that does damage. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
See, I'm gonna get super nerdy for a second. Back when,
Go ahead.
Out of curiosity, what was your favorite Call of Duty?
Modern Warfare 2.
Okay, fair enough.
Modern Warfare 2.
I got into it a little late. My first game was MW2 at the very end, but my favorite Call of Duty was Black Ops 2, and it's partially because I almost went semi-pro to make money, but I was like 15 at the
way.
time. So-
Okay.
But I was just curious because back then I used to be kind of a douche, and I would always make fun of people by saying if they were better than me, I'd always be like, you got ADHD or you got ADD, you're too good at this. So now I
Right.
feel kind of bad knowing that there is somebody like that.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. What was the one that had survival mode? I think, and there was juggernauts.
That was
and there was
MW3.
waves. MW3.
Yep,
Yeah.
Okay. I need to
Juggernauts are
get that one 'cause
terrifying.
that was so fun.
it was. I'm right there with you, man.
Honestly, my favorite Call of Duty. I mean, I love MW2, but that's the most popular when it comes to
Yeah.
people's favorite. I love the original Modern Warfare.
Okay.
But my favorite is World at War. Just because I love World War
War?
II games, and I thought World at War. That was whenever I first got my Xbox 360, and I got World of War for Christmas, and that was my first like game I really played religiously on Xbox Online. So I just love that game.
Okay, well, you know what? I'll have to revisit them because I played Modern Warfare 2 all the time. Played World War 2 all the time, so I'm gonna have to switch it up a little bit. Maybe played Modern Warfare 3. I missed that Juggernaut game. That was so fun.
Yeah. Okay, well, do we have anything else?
No, I'm good. It was cool to be able to talk non-baseball
Yeah, right.
as well, and I'm sure he enjoys that actually more than talking baseball.
Oh yeah, I do appreciate it.
Yeah.
I do appreciate it.
Yeah, so
Hey,
Alright,
I'm
well-
still watching this dreadful game.
Oh God. You know, we're gonna put that on.
yeah, we're gonna have to put that on here in a second.
It's brutal. I mean, England's playing next. I'm excited about it. But wow,
that's actually gonna be good.
there we go.
But thank you for coming on, man.
It's a shame you didn't get your shirt yet.
Yeah, yet.
I was hoping. I was hoping you would have it.
Yeah,
before.
when we get back to Charleston, I hope it's there because
Yeah.
I saw Baz and all them having. I'm like,
Yeah.
man, that looks freaking cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that. As someone like who thought originally when they gave me that idea and kind of just like made it, I was like, this is kind of meh. Thank you.
Wrong.
For that.
No, it's not meh. Everybody
Yeah, I sent one
Where
to,
they get their shirts at?
I sent one to Cal too. So.
Okay, yeah, he said he's getting a shirt soon. All right, cool. We'll take a picture.
Yeah.
Sweet.
All right. Well, thank you. Good luck in the All-Star game.
Yeah, we'll
And,
definitely have to
Thank
come
you,
down.
guys.
We'll have to come down and
Thank
see you either in Charleston or once you make it to Altoona, we'll have to come see you.
We're already
so.
going to
Sounds
Altoona
good.
because Taylor wants us there.
Yeah.
But,
All right. Well, I really appreciate for having me on, guys. Thank you.
all right,
no
buddy. Have a
problem,
good day.
All right, you too. Bye.
Okay, I'm just
That was
gonna keep
cool.
it rolling. That was awesome. I
Yeah.
love guys like that.
Yeah.
Very.
Yeah, like he
very
said he
outgoing.
was outgoing.
yeah.
You could definitely
Not-
tell.
Yeah, not to
Like that's in a good
bring
way.
up the ADD, but I mean that plays into that. I mean,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there goes the political correctness.
no, but seriously, like I mean, I feel like everybody has a little bit of ADD. It's just like,
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
magnified in some other people.
Yeah.
But
but
yeah, no.
people that are very outgoing, I just assume they have ADD.
Wow. Um,
I take pills,
But
baby.
he's yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, no, very cool. How old is
It's
he?
pretty. I didn't.
He's like 21
So he's our age.
or 22, depending on when his
I-
birthday is. He's born in 1996. I know that.
I
but I
didn't
don't know what his birthday is.
realize that it lined up so well with them being at their
All-Star,
All-Star
yeah.
He's
event
22.
already.
Turned 22 in March.
Okay.
You know, I should just told him to hand his phone to Cal and have him do it
Nah,
now.
nah.
Wait, are we having him on too?
At some point.
No,
Yeah.
nice.
By the way,
We just keep lining them up.
as we were ending that, I got thrown off because on my TV, somebody was throwing up.
Oh yeah, you
as a
didn't see
brewer.
that?
No.
He puked on the
He threw
mound
up
twice, but he
twice.
stayed in the game.
Yeah.
No. Never do that.
But
That's a bad idea.
I was about to get upset with North Shore 9, by the way. This is the last thing I want to talk about. On their
Beef.
on their Facebook Friday, all I said was something about Taylor Hearn in the comments because Bloop and Blast said I know how to fix the bullpen, just call up Taylor Hearn, and I was all on board with it just because we've had him on here. The sooner we get somebody to the majors, the better.
By the way, he's been a stud since he talked
He
to us.
has. He's been lights out.
Well, talk to Smitty.
But they almost broke big news that I'm holding back for the time being until everything's lined up.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, because
was it the
'cause-
most recent thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Ryan goes, how many prospects are you guys going to have on there? And Denaro goes, keep your eye on it. But, yeah, I'm not going to.
Was
I
that
don't wanna
Donardo who was DMing us, or was that Ryan? That was Donardo, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so Ryan hasn't seen it.
Yeah.
Wait, he looked at the camera and just.
That's a
Thicker than a
gift.
bull over.
That's a gift. Oh, that's what I'm doing tomorrow.
But yeah, so shout out to Deion Stafford. He's great.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm gonna have to go into the YouTube version and edit his phone number out. Fuck you, Smitty.
yeah, I should have just handed you my phone like I've been doing. I don't know why I did that.
Oh
shoot.
Yeah,
It's not very hard.
I
just have
said
to
that.
cut
I
the
said that
audio
right
out.
at that point. I was like, I just gave you his phone number. But anyway, also,
there'll just be like a 15-second blip.
real quick, I do have Wing Bash tickets now for anybody that wants to buy them.
Yes.
They
Please,
came in.
Please come. It's great.
So it's gonna be a good time. Money goes to a great cause.
Still trying to get Pat McAfee to come.
We'll be there doing a live podcast. We'll have some of our shirts that I'm gonna start selling.
Hopefully, yes.
Yeah, on hand.
So buy them.
So buy them. You can still buy them from our store though on Spreadshirt if you want. But
Yeah, that'll always be up. So if you don't have the chance to see us in person or don't really care, get it there.
But we have a couple people that reached out to us and want to get them through us, and it will cost them a little bit less money.
Do we want to bring up the funny DM before we go or no? The The foreign dude?
No.
Okay,
no.
okay.
The foreign dude.
I'm trying to be vague, okay? I'm trying to be vague.
If you're watching on YouTube, thank you. Like, subscribe, comment if you want any type of content specifically.
Don't try and figure out what Smitty was saying with the numbers, please.
If you're listening on SoundCloud, go watch it on YouTube. But subscribe on there. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram. We have an Instagram now, just recently.
And hopefully soon I'll make a Facebook, but I'm lazy and I can't guarantee anything, so...
And other than that, we will see you all next
We're going to be alone next week. We don't have an interview. We get to have a super long episode where I just rant about things.
There's gonna be nothing that happens this week.
Yeah, we're finally going to be just us three again.
It'll be nice. It's a good break.
Bye.
Bye.
See you next Monday.
I'm at one, and I've been quiet for too long. I found peace in your violence.